Securement 101, life on the road, not again. We got rid of it again, just didn't flow right. Life on the road, Hotshot trucking. Just playing around with the name, I guess, a little bit. Either way, I've been doing this for a couple months now, trying to put different videos together for Securement. Just been seeing a lot of demand, a lot of questions out there on other people's pages, people asking us for it. You know, it's a kind of a difficult thing to, because everything's so different. So I've been putting different videos together randomly, things that, are different and unique and how to secure them. So we'll just start with this pipe that I got here. I think I'll try to put this video first. So I picked up this pipe. It's 338 pounds. According to Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, every 10 feet needs some kind of securement, regardless of weight. If it was 5 feet and under 1,100 pounds, it just need one strap. Under 5 feet, under 1,500, I apologize, let me start over. Under 5 feet, under 1,100 pounds, one strap. You are 5 feet, 1,101 pounds, you got to do two straps, or some kind of securement. It don't really specify what kind of securement, but regardless of that, then they want every 10 feet. This is 22 feet, so realistically, two straps would have worked. I like over securing. That's very important. Over secure everything. Why not? You got extra straps, just do it. It's easier on you. DOT like it. And one thing I want to point out, one thing I'm hearing from DOT officers, they like to see things uniform. I got my straps on one side. I mentioned in another video, always put them on the passenger side. You got an issue going down the road, you got to stop on the side of the road. You're on the safer side if you have to. Best word of advice, caution, just continue down the road if possible. But I will tell you, I made the mistake. I was going down, an hour down the road, picked this parcel up first, 3 straps. Listen to this thing. This is the way they should sound. There's no deflection in those. That's the way I do all my stuff. I had a load last week of boxes. It didn't say fragile. Boxes were on this side. I had something else on that side. I had to run a strap over it. I tightened that thing down. I didn't care. If they want boxes on my truck, that's the way it's going to get secured. I don't want them things going anywhere. The boxes were a little deformed. If they want it differently, they should have put it on a van, my opinion. Just use your own caution. Either way, so I had 3 straps. I didn't have a belly wrap. I was going an hour down the road, kind of, rushing a little bit to pick up this partial. So either way, this thing is actually on the other side, and it rolled off. I think partly because the 2x4s is sitting on, they got loose and allowed it to move around. So luckily, one pipe, 340 pounds, able to secure it pretty quickly. So then before we picked this up, or during the pickup, I did run a belly wrap around it. Hear that? Nice and tight. Beautiful. Belly wrap does not count as securement. If I had 3, 4, 10 of these belly wraps, DOT would see that it's not secured. That belly wrap is just simply there to help it keep from moving side to side. So I got that. This is one of those unique things. I didn't know how to really strap it down. So I used some stuff in between there so there's no fraying. And inspect your straps every so often. That's not bad. DOT does have requirements on there, I believe. Like if you have a rip 25%, that's as far as you can go without discarding the strap. And then they do take the wheel, which I'll put that up if you don't know what that means. And I think they divide that. They take 25% off of the wheel, which these are 3,300 pounds. So subtract 25%. You do the math on what they'd figure that out to be. Either way, this thing weighs, I would guess, 400 pounds. So, you know, I got protectors in there. Always use edge protectors. Make the things look nice, neat, uniform. Edge protectors when needed. I know that's round. I did have a strap here just holding down the ramps. Ended up breaking because I didn't have edge protectors in there. That and it just sits outside and all the time. It got a little wore out. So one question that I had to get an answer from, it took me a while just because, I don't know, maybe I didn't want to know the answer, but I did a "Are you strapping wrong" video a few months ago. I never updated it, but here is my update. I was at down in Jacksonville, Florida, picking up at a United rental. I believe it was United rental. This guy apparently knew everything. Told me I was strapping these wrong. He said, if you don't believe me, said I just told a guy that, and he ran down the road and got violation for each strap. So that concerned me. So I finally got the answer on that. You know, DOT says don't put them on the rubber rail. So I started researching that, and then finally called my local office, and they said a rub rail is considered securement. So I questioned him about it, and they said he's not seeing anything about using rub rails to strap your stuff down. He said it is considered securement. I tried to put it underneath here, and you know, these just would not hold on it. When I tightened it down, they would just come loose. This is not designed, you know, to hold those. So I mean, so the best alternative here is rub rail. Again, from my understanding, call your local field office. I guarantee they probably have a different interpretation. Mine's out of Ohio. I like using these boxes too, so I can wrap them up and under. Clearly couldn't do that there. Don't really like that securement, but they're little 5-pound boxes. See? Plus, if you do it this way, you take it to the other side, you don't have to worry about that coming loose. You know, when you're trying to ratchet it on the other side, it tends to hang down, and you miss the securement mark on that. So wrap those up around like that. I don't do the other side. I just hang it in there. But again, you guys, call your own field office. That's my best advice on everything here is call your local FMCSA field office. Get their interpretation, get their name, get the time you talk to them, and write down their advice. Because I guarantee somewhere out there's going to be a DOT officer out there that tells me I can't do it this way. So that's just part of the problem out here is nothing's uniform. Everybody's interpretation's different. So I don't know where I was going with all this, but see, I didn't wrap this up under. You can. I'm okay with it. So hopefully I explained the belly wrap a little bit better. That's beautiful. Nice and tight. All right, how's everyone doing? We got some sun shining today. Hopefully a good day. First time with cable reels on the back of my truck. Fiber optics going, well, this one's going to Virginia. These ones are taking me home So either way, I do a little segment. I'm gonna try to get at least a week's worth of strapping. Hopefully I'm getting him right, and hopefully I can get some answers. You know, these things, there's 3 of them together. They're only 5,000 pounds. So what I did, use chains, which actually straps would have been okay, but chains are, I like chains better. Did an X pattern. This one here is actually that one over there, which I don't know if you can see it. This one is the first one. So X pattern. So the question I do have that I cannot find the answer in the, you know, the motor carrier booklet is if I have to have anything, you know, chalking these from rolling around. I can't find that. Coils, you have to. With these things, you know, compared to a 15,000 pound rolling mass of steel, these are significantly different. So I can't find the answer on that. But either way, I want to do a segment on strapping, do a little strapping 101, I guess. Again, X pattern, just because there's 2 of them, and I just decided to throw a strap in there, use a little some material in there so it didn't really rub too much in there. So I'm gonna compile, like I said, probably about a week of these, maybe do a strapping 101 on some of the stuff, because I was very unsure when I started. Just really looking through the manual and everything, trying to find the best way to strap everything and what they require by law. So again, X pattern, you know, they use a big long pole. It's about 15 feet long that I put the hook through their pole at the industry and shoved it all the way through there. That's how I got those through there. I recommend bungeeing up your excess chains. So this is I guess this concludes this one, and I'll have more on, and we'll put more together. How's everyone doing? I'll show you real quick. Another strapping job, beautiful tarp job. I hate tarping, obviously. I've said it many times. I'll show some pictures of this monstrous box that's behind there. We'll do the strapping 101. I did these ones. I got the customer, the one who loaded this, to help me with this. So anyways, I like this one better. I'll show you before this video, I'll show you this one. I butted them together, blocked them, chained them. Looks a lot nicer, a lot more secure. And again, I'll show you those boxes. I'll show you pictures. I'll continue this securement video. All right, back to my securement 101. So today we got a couple lifts, man lifts, going to Florida, coming out of Ohio. So what I did, strap this one down, help secure that block. So I got chains, I'd say a little more than a 45-degree angle, maybe. I mean, it looks pretty good. Pulling forward, chains, I just got that sitting there. I got the boomless strapped down, edge protectors, strap, another chain. Equipment under 10,000 pounds, really, it just needs one chain, one in the front, one in the back. But also, with chains being said, I do have straps on this one. There is no rule, from my understanding, chains versus straps. I like chains on equipment. It's stronger. I think it's better. I almost never have an issue with it ever loosening up. Every once in a while I will in straps. But anyways, so I ran through these pockets, edge protectors. You know, by rule, these things are, this one here is only 3,500 pounds. That's also 3,500 pounds. Go back to this one, 3,500 pounds. Really, just 2 straps all I need. These are rated at 3,300 pounds. You know, you divide those in half. So we're good on that end. Strap, just in case, you know, that one, you know, the man lift on it just loosens up or anything, just strap it down. More edge protectors, binders, you know, I got my excess out of the way, and there is no official ruling, again from my understanding, on these ratcheting binders as opposed to these ones. I don't know why. I like doing these up front, and then I'll come back and I will yeah, I'll do the ratcheting ones on the back. It just helps tighten it all up. Again, this is just there for securement. Didn't have to be super tight. They didn't want it tight just because it puts so much pressure down on it, cause it to break. And hopefully this video is not too noisy. And I need to finish my part 2 on the rolling of strapping to the rub rail. So I called FMCSA on that, and I got it rolling. So eventually when I get time, I don't have a lot of time to do these videos, but when I get time, I'll do my part 2 and explain what I found out. Securement 101, van's 10,000 pounds. I got 4 binders, 4 chains on it. This one was a little difficult. There's no really good place to put my chains. I don't haul a lot of equipment, a lot of vehicles, but maybe I need to invest in some tire straps. But either way, this is the best way to get it. This one, I try to do my best on a 45-degree angle. Of course, I used a big chain back here. I should have just used it on the front. But either way, I bungee cord the excess over that way. This is the only place I could really get it. I couldn't really do an X pattern on it just because of the way it's designed. You know, the closest possible at a 45 for that. Same with this one. Again, I think tire straps would have been the best way to go. Now here, I couldn't do the 45. Tried to do the best. If I would have 45, probably would have put me about right here. Obviously, just wasn't going to work. So I had to get it on the control arm there. So I probably could have done an X pattern. I mean, it worked. I just stretched it out a little bit. So binders, bungee cord up the excess, and that one's it for this one. All right, some more Securement 101. These are they're just tarps, I guess, material maybe like this. This one's only 1,200 pounds, so according to my wheel and the length, I'm okay with just one strap. If you notice, all my ratchets are on one side. I always try to do the passenger side. That way, if there's ever any issues that come loose on the side of the road, I have to get out and tighten them down. I'm always at least on the safe side to tighten those down real quick. So these ones, that one's 12, and these are almost 3,500 pounds each. So according to my will, I had to have 2 straps. If I would have had 4-inch straps, I would have been good. So what else do I got? You know, obviously just ran those through with this big long pipe, strapped them down. I thought about going over. They would have compressed, but I think they would have compressed too much. So again, ratchets aside, I don't know what else to say about them. I do like this. I'm gonna start doing them this way, like that. I like that better. Just sometimes it don't always work, especially right here. There's just no way I can get them up through there. But I would have I would have brought them out more, you know, spread those out, but the straps don't really work that way. I think it puts too much of a bind into them. But I think I'll continue this for the rest of this week, and then I'll post it. See, I like that. And I need to complete my Securement 101 part 2 video and tell you guys what I found out, which maybe I'll put at the end of this. Show you what I'm talking about with these. This one I put on a little bit of an angle. I don't like the way that spreads over. With that rubbing against there, I'll probably have to correct that. That's why I just try to do a straight shot. Quick securement video. And this is my 101. Chains, binders, these things are, well, it says 5650. The other one's a little bit bigger, taller. They provided the coil racks for me. This is beautiful. X pattern. These chains were a little on the short side. I made it work. Of course, got bungees strapped down. I like this one. Chains are, proper length. They work better. I secured, bungee secured. Again, I try to do it at a 45-degree angle. This is 96 inches tall. The other one's 90. Just check everything here. Those are tight. Not too much of these ones. So overall, it's under 12,000 pounds. All right, back to my Securement 101. I got rid of the first cable reel. I don't know if I mentioned those chains that were, I didn't really like, I like doing that. They were 14 inches, 14 feet. These are 20 feet. So obviously they fit a lot better. So drop that off. I got this, ratchets, straps, just so everybody knows who's watching. Don't know, these things have to be locked. Not like that, not like that, but make sure it is locked. There's multiple ways of doing these straps. Get my finger out the stupid way. I don't know, I like doing it that way and rolling them up. Like that. So 2 straps, this all together right here is only 3,500 pounds. So 2 straps on this one. 3 on the bigger one, just for length. And my experience tells me that the way these things are bundled, they are going to come loose, so I'm going to have to continually fix those. Another thing to note is make sure you're always checking your straps. So right there, it's starting to fray a little bit. It's I think it's a quarter of the strap, I believe. I just want to make note that don't take my word for things. I'm just showing you what I know. I learn on the way. Do your own research on these things. There's plenty of material out there. FMCSA will help you out. So I mean, it's just, I'm giving you my experience and what I know, and I will learn on the way. Again, I put all my ratchets on this side in case there's any issues on the road. Again, like I said, those things will come loose. I know I'm going to be tying those things down. I'm on the safer side over here. Over here, see, I like doing these little boxes, rolling them up like that. So if I don't, they come up over and they don't fit. I got my tarp right there. So I did it right like that just because I don't have a box to put those in. And of course my chains go right here. And I gotta do my part 2 on what I found out from the FMCSA Securement, which I'll give you a hint, I'm still doing it that way. So they're telling me it's good. Alright, back to this load. I get going down the road and I think of these things I forgot to say. Just a real quick note, see I twisted these? You guys ever played an instrument? The reeds in them, they vibrate. Same kind of principle here. So if you twist those, they don't vibrate. Look at that there. That's what you're twisting. Getting ready to roll up this lumber tarp. I like this tarp. It's thick, it's durable. I got maybe 1 hole in it. It's from Toledo Tarps, obviously out of Toledo, Ohio. I had it wrapped up around that. It didn't damage at all. So it's a pretty good tarp. It's a lumber tarp. It's got the flap up front, and it's a 4-foot drop.